Hello friends, welcome to Inside Cycle Initiative. In today's video, we are going to discuss about a topic that is first tri-service command defense station. Okay, so in this particular topic, we are going to discuss about following video components. These are, first we try to understand the context, then what is the meaning of theaterization of armed forces, okay, and who proposed that, then theater commands and India, current command structure in India, how many commands are present and how many tri-service command are present. Then recent steps taken by India towards the theaterization. So these are the video components we are going to discuss in this particular video. First, let me explain what is this theaterization. Okay, the concept of this theaterization is not new. It started with the 1999 December 15 that Kargil committee, it reported and it recommended that there must be an overhaul of the defense as well as the national security. After that, the group of ministers report in 2001, they recommended the appointment of the chief of defense staff. So tell me students, who was the first chief of defense staff to India's armed force? Okay, who was the first one? Answer to the question. Next, 2018. In 2018, Lieutenant General GB Shekatkar committee, they recommended the CDS and the establishment of the theater commands. Actually, this is the first committee which recommended the establishment of theater commands in Indian defense. Then 2019, Prime Minister announced the appointment of the first CDS and the creation of the theater commands. This was the first announcement. The same year 2019, December 31st, Bipin Rawat was appointed as India's first CDS, who was mandated by the government to set up the theaters. Then 2021, creation of the first two integrated theater commands which included the air as well as the maritime, they were announced. And 2022, theater commands appointed for the first two theaters, land based theaters, they are the western as well as the eastern command formation. Then August 15, 2023, first four theater commands to be fully raised. So these are the developments. So in this particular concept, you have to at least try to remember the committee which recommended the theater commands. The committee name is Lieutenant General DB Shekatkar committee. So first, we have to understand what are these theater commands. You know that India is surrounded by countries such as China and Pakistan, and of course both countries are capable of firing the nuclear weapons. They are the nuclear countries. When we are having the nuclear countries, obviously nuclear based countries, we have to update our defense structure, and we have to be ready for the attack from all the three fronts: land based, water based and air based. So for that kind of readiness from all these three fronts, what kind of changes we require? At the moment, traditionally India is having commands related to army, navy and air force. So these three commands are isolatedly they are functioning. But in the last few years back, we started implementing the reforms. According to these reforms, now these three personnel, they are going to be integrated. Okay, they are going to be integrated. Okay, integrated. So integrated means, so in one command, we are going to have the personnel from these three forces, like in one command, army, navy and air force. These three forces will be there in one command. So it will rationalize the services and it will integrate these three services, and it will ease out their cooperation, especially when they are fighting war in three fronts: land, water and air based one. You know that the three versions of this kind of war, if you would have watched this movie Dunkirk, in that movie they show the three different versions of the war: land side and water side and air side of the war. So this kind of integration is required. Now for the first time, this kind of tri-services defense station, it started in Mumbai. Okay, that means across the Mumbai Now Army, Navy, Air Force, they have their facilities at different locations. Now all of them will be integrated at one place. Okay, their facilities and even their repair services at one place, so that the regular interaction between these three services will be smoothened out over the period of time, so that more integration can be developed among these three sources. And gradually they are encouraging the cross like force postings as well, postings from Army to Navy and Navy to Air Force and Air Force to Army. This kind of postings also been encouraging. Now let us see further news regarding this particular topic. The context is armed forces, they are planning to turn Mumbai into first tri-service common defense station in the country. Actually in the Mumbai, out of this Army, Navy and Air Force, out of them actually Navy presence is higher. That is the reason this defense station is going to be led by Navy. Whereas in some other defense stations like this, depends on which force is having major presence over there, that particular force is going to lead that particular common defense station. Now, what is this theaterization of armed forces? Already we discussed, it will integrate the capability of three services, integrate the assets from all the three services, it will create a single unified command structure, and through this Army, Air Force and Navy, they can utilize their resources for wars as well as the operations in very effective manner. And each command is assigned with a specific geographical region, combining the resources of the three services. For example, in Mumbai, they combined all these three services and the lead given to the Navy. In the same way, it will be like other service in other particular location. We will discuss. Major countries, like if you look at the international scenario, countries like China, Russia, US, UK, France, they are also already created this kind of theater command concept. If you look at the China is already having the Western Theater Command. It look after the entire border with India. Okay, so if you look at these kind of countries, also we can take an inspiration, okay, how we can develop this kind of integrated commands. Next, if you look at the various committees which recommended this kind of integrated command, they are, for example, Kargil Review Committee. This committee was appointed aftermath of Kargil War in 1999. This committee recommended, in fact, major changes in the Indian defense sector. This committee for the first time recommended the CDS, okay, Chief of Defense Staff, who can oversight the Army, Navy and Air Force. The Naresh Chandra Committee and the group of ministers, they all recommended some of the major structural changes in the defense management. But here the committee, Shekatkar Committee, for the first time it is clear and loud recommended the establishment of CDS as well as the Integrated Theatre Command. That was the first committee. At the moment, in India we are having the 17 single service command and only 2 tri-service commands we are having. Out of 2, one such command center was present, is present in Andaman Nicobar Islands. Out of the 17 single service commands, Army 7, Air Force 7 and Navy 3 commands, okay, command service centers. Then out of the 2 tri-service commands, they are located, one in the Andaman Nicobar command as well as the second one is the Strategic Force Command, which handles the nuclear weapons. The Andaman Nicobar one, it commands the full-fledged command. It raised as a tri-service command in 2001. Since 2001, it is continuing as the tri-service command. Next, the proposal to create a National Defense Committee is also proposed recently. Under the National Defense Committee, this tri-services, these integrated theatre commands will be established. This National Defense Committee will be led by Defense Minister. And recently, Indian Parliament enacted one act, that is Inter-Service Organization Command, Control and Discipline Act 2023. What is this act saying? This act saying that an officer who is looking after the tri-services, they can take action, disciplinary action on the personals belong to the other service as well. That means, the more regulations, more control can be brought onto the table through this act. This act empowers the Commander-in-Chief as well as the officer in command of inter-services organization. They can take disciplinary and administrative actions, or they have powers over the personnel belong from the other services as well, so that the functioning can be smoothened. That is the main objective here. And the limited cross postings also we are starting across the Army, Navy and Air Force, and restructuring the headquarters is on the line. Now the key highlights regarding the common defense station, it will merge Army, Navy and Air Force facilities like logistics, maintain facilities and leadership, which is spread now across the Mumbai. So they are going to have a single system of delivery of supplies such as fuel, ration, common items, they can be repaired at one place. So this is the change we are going to see in the Mumbai tri-service defense station. Other proposed defense stations are, apart from Mumbai, in Mumbai, Indian Navy is taking the lead. Sulur, which is near to Coimbatore, here the lead will be taken by Indian Air Force, and Guwahati, here the lead will be taken by Indian Army with respect to that particular tri-service command station. So this is about the tri-service command station. Yesterday's video question, with reference to India-Sri Lanka relations, consider the following statement. India recently extended 1 billion credit facility to Sri Lanka, recent means in the recent past. In 2024, so far India extended 1.4 billion support to Sri Lanka through 400 million RBI currency swap. Both the statements are right. So answer is C. Next, today's video question. It is, consider the following statement regarding the Pinaka rocket system. It is a beyond visual range air-to-air missile system. So it is asking the question, which type? Then it has been developed by Dassault Aviation of France. So which of the statements given above are correct? Pick the right answer. So this is about today's MCQ. As we reach to the end of this video, in this particular video, we mainly discussed about theaterization of commands, what is this idea is all about, how this idea evolved over the period of time, and what is the significance of the theaterization of commands, what are the benefits it can bring onto the table. And now we are almost all starting the tri-service defense station, where it is going to be started and who is leading this tri-service defense station. And in the other location, Sulur as well as in Guwahati, who are going to lead that tri-service defense station. So these are the topics we discussed in this particular video, and this is the detailed analysis regarding the theaterization of commands. I hope this video is useful in your preparation. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Jai Hind.